Hello, friends. Let's discuss this essay topic that was asked in today's UPSC 2024 mains question paper. Forests precede civilizations and deserts follow them. Forests precede civilizations and deserts follow them. Very interesting topic. So, what does this topic mean? This topic means that if there were no forests, humanity might not have survived. Yet humanity paradoxically harbors an antagonistic attitude towards the forests and nature. So humanity flourishes in the lap of nature, and all civilizations were born near the riverbank. If you have a glance at the history, Indian civilization, Chinese civilization, all civilizations, they were born in the lap of nature, where there were greenery. But as civilizations became more and more advanced, and as they evolved, they started dominating the landscape and they started turning those green tracks into deserts. Now, this essay topic may not look as philosophical as other essay topics, but I want you to address this essay topic in a philosophical way, and I will demonstrate that how to do. How do we bring in some philosophies here and treat this essay so that it looks very interesting? So you can give in some examples here. Some examples like Delhi concrete jungles, how concrete jungles are increasing in urban spaces like Delhi. And this phenomena is increasing, is taking place the world over, where deserts are encroaching uh, their territory, just like Thar Desert is moving eastwards. So we see how deserts are increasing as more and more urbanization is taking place, more globalization, more urbanizations, higher the GDP, all these things, GDP and higher economic growth, higher growth of humanity, mankind in India, and we see how deserts are also increasing. But as I said, take some philosophical outlook towards this essay. And now let's see how we can dig that. See, this topic suggests that forests precede civilizations and deserts follow them. Forests precede civilizations. Civilizations have came only recently, and forests have been there for forever. In the Western thought, what happens is in the West, it is normally believed that man in Western philosophy is the big brother of the nature. So man is sort of sitting at the topmost point of hierarchy. He's the most evolved animal. And it is his job, it is his responsibility that that the nature and the world or the nature would be governed in the best possible way. So he's seen as a governor who has the job of, say, taking care of the nature. And this topic suggests, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. You're not a master of this universe. You're not the master of nature because nature and forest existed much before you. There is this couplet in Urdu, रेख्ता के तुम ही नहीं उस्ताद गालिब रेख्ता के तुम ही नहीं रेख्ता मीन्स उर्दू पोइट्री और उर्दू लैंग्वेज रेख्ता के तुम ही नहीं उस्ताद गालिब कहते हैं गुजरे जमाने में मीर भी था so before you came, before this man came, before the civilizations emerged, nature and forests, they already used to be there. And because of intervention of man, because of what man thinks is the best that he should be done to these forests, now what we are left with is desert. So in this essay topic, when I have to deal it at a philosophical way, I will be taking slightly broader interpretations of forest. By forest, I will refer to not just green canopy and trees, but also I will include nature. And similarly to deserts, I will include not just sand and lack of vegetation, which we refer in geography, but I will also include destruction, desecration, or damaging something which was something so that it is left in a very bad shape. Now let's move forward. So what I was telling you here that man, this is a topic suggests that man is not sitting at the topmost section, and man and your civilization, you have done a lot of damage. Forests and nature, they were existing earlier. You came later, and it is because of your interventions that now what we are left with is desert. Now, some examples here. Uh, or some examples here. There are two ways we can move forward. So see, one is some ideas from ecofeminism. If I want to bring in ecofeminism, what ecofeminists say is that man, he tries to conquer nature and specifically forest, also forests, much the same way as he tries to conquer a woman, conquer, dominate, suppress. Because man thinks that with his rationality, he knows what is the best that can be done and what should be done to these two, nature and women. So he would think, okay, let's construct these four lanes highways through them. Or let's plant our kind of trees, the trees that we think are best, the species that we think are best. So let's construct these parks. Let's construct these canals. Let's construct these four-lane highways. Let's implant these trees, and we will decide what needs to be done with these forests. And if these forests are not, these forests look so disorganized, they look so chaotic. So let's organize them. Let's give some shape to them. In a similar way, man tries to dominate women, that these women, they look not in an appropriate way, so let's give them some sense of aesthetics. Let's give a shape to their life. Okay, so we will decide when a woman should be married or how many children she should have. So both of them, forest and women, they both are fertile. Fertile in the sense, man, he seeks them for their fertility, and he sometimes tempers with them. Now, there are this word which you might have heard a lot, a very popular word, virgin. What does virgin means? And virgin is a word which is used obviously for a woman, we know, but it is also used for a nature. It's also used for nature. When we say virgin, territory. What is virgin territory? A forest which has not been touched by man. So when Europeans went to Africa or they went to India, or even in our own country, we see this pattern. When so-called urban people, civilized people, when they see a jungle, they see a forest, they think, oh, let us colonize that. Let us clear these jungles and let us convert them into some agricultural tracts. Or let us do whatever we think are the best for them. Similar way, whenever a virgin woman is there, man thinks, okay, let me marry her, or let me have children out of her, or let me capture her by deceit or by force or by consent, by any way. Man tries to take control of the life of women, much the same way as he tries to take control of the life of uh, uh, a territory or a natural space. So this shows that how in the imagination of this man, capitalism and technology, rationality, all these things which we consider as modern, how they have an same approach, same paternalistic approach, same uh, oppressive approach towards both nature, towards both forests, and both towards women. So obviously, man cannot survive without women. Man needs women for his survival. But once he becomes strong, the same man, he disfigures that woman, he oppresses that woman. So just like these civilization, what civilization will do to nature, what civilization will do to nature, what man would basically do to nature, once he has exploited them, he will leave them barren, he will turn them into desert and so on. Similarly, what he will do to women, we know what happened in Kolkata. Not even the mortal remains were found in Kolkata, in Hyderabad, and in some other places. So there are some ideas that you could have brought in from here. I will quickly move forward now. Now I'll bring in some concept of eco-imperialism, and from that, what eco-imperialism suggests is that man, or rather, this Western thought again, Europeans and civilization and modernity, they try to colonize the 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 forest and the world of nature. We talked on these things. Now, some examples. See, sometimes we want to love nature. Sometimes we want to love nature. We want to love nature. We want to show our love towards nature. What we will do is we will go and go to an agricultural farm. We'll go to an agricultural farm, or we will go to a river bank, or some mountains we will go. There is this famous thing, mountains calling. Or we will go to, say, agriculture, riverbank, mountains, or golf course. These days, golf courses are very popular. Golf course. Whenever people are selling flats, they sell flats near golf course and they're very highly priced. But these golf course or these mountains or these agricultural farms, are they part of nature? Are they part of forests? No. It is man's conception. Man thinks, okay, this is what nature should look like. And then golf course is not nature. Even agricultural farms are not nature. River banks. See, I live in Haridwar, and in quite often in river banks, you will see how rivers, their sides, different sides, they are cemented. Concrete is planted over there. River is supposed to meet the soil, the vegetation, and natural exchange in some diversity, biodiversity should thrive over there. But no, we make cemented stairs so that people can go and enjoy. People can have a morning walk, evening walk. We will construct lamps over there and so on. So we will, what when we are showing our love towards nature, even in those instances, we are mutilating nature, we are disfiguring nature. And it is similar to some people who show love to a woman. Some people who show to love to a woman, what do? You're not supposed to grab a woman and kidnap her and bring her to your home forcefully. You're not supposed to uh, mutilate her. Leave her free. That's the way you love a woman. You leave her free, what, and leave her free and let her live the life she wants. Don't tamper with her. Similarly, if you want to love nature, if you want to love forests, let them thrive on their own. Don't disturb them. Don't intervene them. Let them be chaotic. Let them be wild. Jungles and forests, they are supposed to be wild. They are not supposed to cater to your aesthetic sense. Just like a woman is not supposed to cater, she's not supposed to cater to your aesthetic sense. So don't force your aesthetic sense on these people. Man who seeks nourishment from nature, who thrives after seeking nourishment. One day when he becomes so strong, he starts uh, having that predatory instincts toward this nature. He starts dominating it. He starts killing it, annihilating it, disfiguring it, and something similar here happens to do to women also. Now, this concept of ecofeminism, I elaborated slightly more. Don't drag it so much, but yeah, some points you could have written. I've elaborated so much so that in future you can write it in your essay to this extent if required. But some ideas definitely you could have added here. So this essay topic suggests that man or civilization, basically. This topic is, remember, this topic is not against patriarchy. These are just some examples I gave you, but this topic is basically against modernity, against this Western rationality, or against this this thought of man that he is the most superior species, that he is the most enlightened one, that he knows what is the best that can be done to the world around him. This is just no. Civilization, what you call civilization, forests have been there much before. You need forests. Forests don't need you. You need forests. So learn to behave properly. The best thing is don't interfere with forests. So when civilizations grow, for civilizations cannot grow without forests. They need forests, and they will come after forest only. But once they grow strong, they become blind. They start dominating, and they start killing the same forests, and then we start seeing destruction all over, barren land all over. Why this is taking place? Is it because of why is it so? Maybe you can talk about this. Why is it so? Maybe because of man's inherent nature. Is it our need, or is it our greed? Is it our desire to dominate? Is it related to power? Why is it so? Can we have some alternate ways? Because if deserts follow, as I gave this example of the cycle, if deserts follow, then civilizations won't be able to thrive. Civilizations need forests. Forests don't need civilizations. So let us be more respectful towards them. I gave you this example of let us show our love in the right possible way. These days there is this phrase mountain calling, and mountain never calls. You think mountain's calling, and then you pick up your SUVs, and then you on running on diesel, and then because of those such big crowds of SUVs, government has to make these four lanes highways through these eco-sensitive zones. All this is leading to widespread destruction. If you really love mountains, love them in some other way. Don't take your heavy vehicles over there, and don't go for this ecotourism just for sake of showing selfies and all these things. Forests are a wonderful place. Uh, we can seek happiness. We can seek peace. We can seek redemption for ourselves. And this is redemption both for our physical and internal self. We can heal ourselves. We need forests, and let us be more sensitive when we deal with them. Mankind also needs forests. So humanity flourishes in the lap of nature. This is why we started the essay, and we want to, and forests and nature should also flourish in the lap of humanity. That is when a truly symbiotic nature would be. So on these lines, I would end this essay. I hope this was beneficial to you all. More can be written, but as of now, I think time is running. So this much I've told, but more can also be thought, obviously. I hope this was beneficial to you all. Thank you.